I am lucky to have Rohit sir today, and आज हम
Lucky to be here as well with you.
we are going to talk about content arbitrage today. And काफी expertise है sir की, and sir was one of the original founders of content arbitrage. I think जिन्होंने
Not founders of content arbitrage, but like in India, we were one of the initial people who started off with it. Like when everyone used to do it organically before, but then when Facebook reach gradually reduced, everybody moved to running through ads. That is when we jumped in as well back in 2014.
तो for someone who is new to this, content arbitrage क्या है, कैसे वो उसको use कर सकते हैं, क्या profit
So
मिलेगा?
content arbitrage is basically it's a trade-off, right? You are buying traffic at say $1 and you're selling it off for say $1.2. So you make a 20% profit. So that's the bigger game. But if you deep dive into what it is, so you have a website where you have a lot of ads and you get paid when more people watch more ads, right? So you get paid on each impression. So, for instance, if you know that for 100 impressions, you are going to make say $1, right? You'll try to get a user to see those 100 impressions by having him, visit the maximum number of pages on your website. So, अगर आपका एक article है, which is like 50 most beautiful women in the world, you'll split it into multiple pages. Every time the user goes into a next page, there will be more ads, right? So the more number of ads he watches, it's a CPM sort of thing, right? So the more number of impressions, like somebody goes till the end of the article, assuming there are 3 ads per page, he'll watch 150 ads by the time he's on the last page. So the more the number of impressions, the more revenue can be generated, and the whole goal is that you acquire user at a lower cost than what you generate, right? And you optimize in that way on Facebook, Google, wherever you are buying from, TikTok. So that is the entire game of arbitrage, content arbitrage.
And the one mistake that people do in this, जो आपने बहुत सारा देखा है लोगों
So सबसे बड़ा इशू है कि पेशेंस नहीं होता लोगों में, एंड हम में भी नहीं था इनिशियली. So initially we were lucky that we started it when Facebook was as cheap as 1 paisa a click, right? So we got profit from the first month itself. In fact, the first day we started it. But आज की डेट में वैसा नहीं है. Facebook is pretty expensive. All the platforms are expensive. So the margins are not like 200-300%, more like 20-30%, right? So people don't have that patience. So people need to test a lot of things, right? Like there are so many things you can test. In content arbitrage, you can run in all geos of the world. So you can test Europe, you can test India, you can test US, whatever. And then you can also test so many articles. You can test trending articles. So if some people are more interested in certain trending articles, they'll watch it till the end. And then you can also optimize on the basis of the user value, like certain kind of users generate say 10 cents revenue, so you can say Facebook's algorithm optimize for such users and stuff like that. There's a lot of gameplay, and
Testing
then you can also test different placements, news feed, right column, Instagram, whatever. A lot of testing is required, just like any other media buying field, lead gen, pay per call. There's a lot of testing required, but this is much better because with a small amount of testing, you can get results faster. So the entry barrier is easier.
And if someone wants to start, what is the 20% knowledge that they should gain to attain the 80% result?
So they should be good with media buying because you can already work with somebody else who already has a website and all the exchanges. So the monetization and website is figured. You just need to work on media buying. That would be an entry point for somebody, and not like building your own website, getting exchanges. That would take years. So one should not get into that. Just work with somebody. There are so many platforms these days. In fact, we also have a platform called Viral Sparks, where we own a bunch of websites and we have ad exchanges owned and operated by us. So you can literally it's plug and play. So you just sign up, you get all the articles that you can promote. So you pick an article, say 50 most beautiful women, promote it on Facebook using different images, different captions. That's main creativity that you have to come out. So it's major creativity game, right? You come up with creative angles, creative ideas to promote the same stuff, and you just the whole game is to get higher CTR. So higher CTR turns into cheaper clicks and more ROI. So that's the whole game.
Nice, nice. And before we end this, any last tip for young digital entrepreneurs?
Sure. So when we started off, we made a lot of mistakes, and that's something that I can give from my experience. That we started doing so many things at once. So although it's not a bad thing to do, but then your speed gets slow. So we were wherever we used to come to these conferences, like we are at one right now. Like we used to see, oh, somebody is doing Nutra, oh, that guy is doing lead gen, oh, that guy is doing paper call. So we wanted to start everything at once, and that's the worst thing to do because you end up doing nothing, right? So it's always step by step. I'm not saying you shouldn't do multiple things, but you should set up one thing first, set up the team, build that thing, spend say a year or two, build it up, then move to the next thing. If you start doing multiple things at one, then you're gonna end up not doing anything. Unless you have a big team, you have people figured, you shouldn't be doing that. So that's one tip that I like to give from experience.
And that brings to our first point: have patience.
Have patience.
That's very important.
That's very important.
Thank you so much. It was really
Thank you.
insightful to have you here. Thank you so
Same
much.
here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.